But you were asking like what got me
Yeah.
comfortable posting that kind of stuff. It goes hand in hand
Yeah.
with just the way I am. Like I don't
Mhm.
give a shit what you think.
Mhm.
If I like it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it. Like
Well, I'm
I've
interested to see what you're up to as well.
yeah.
So if you're doing something like that,
But then like I'll sit here. Like I said, I'm making a video right now. If I don't like it, I'm gonna delete the
mm,
whole fucking thing.
yeah.
The whole thing. Like right now, I'm on an hour and 19 minutes remaining. No, an hour and 19 minutes total of the video file that's in there. 26 and a half minutes is what I'm gonna post so far. So I still
Wow.
have that remainder to cut out and cut together. I have an additional 3 hours of farm sim videos that I recorded that's never gonna see the light of day.
Mm.
3 hours, okay, of me sitting here playing the game, looking at the camera, like people are there and doing all that,
And interacting.
and I didn't like it. Gone,
Okay.
gone.
What was it you didn't like about it?
Just well, mod wise and
Did
stuff
you
too. It was
did you feel like it was fake? Did you feel like you were putting yourself on? Do you know
Yeah.
the way? Like
like it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't me being genuine. Like something about myself in the video that I didn't like, not so much the gameplay, because the gameplay stays the same. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what,
Well,
this isn't it.
did you
Gone.
did you ever feel like relaxed in that moment recording it at all? Like,
When I
if
was
you
sat here
felt
yesterday,
uncomfortable-
when I was sat here yesterday recording that 3.5, yeah, I was
Yeah.
good. I was good.
Okay. That's interesting as well.
Because I
like,
kept in the back of my mind what I didn't like,
Yeah.
and the 3-hour videos were 3 different hour-long videos. I kept in the
Right.
back of my mind what I didn't like in those videos, and I just didn't repeat it. So it was 3 1-hour videos. What I'm looking at here was 1 3.5-hour video, and I just let it ride. If I needed to do a second take, I pressed a button on my Stream Deck to alert my future self, my post-production self, like, all right, this is it. This is where we're going. You fucked up here. You cut this out and
Yeah.
let's continue from there. But I think it's just part of who I am and who I always have been. One of the reasons
Yeah.
I left New York is because people are too much in your fucking business. Everybody wants to know what you're doing, where you're going. Like
It's a very busy
it
city.
is.
I've been there.
It is,
It
but
smells funny. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
I've
no,
been
it does.
there. It smells funny. Okay?
and it's only getting worse. And like
I
not
hear
to
they're
not,
taking like the garbage. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to leave it out on the sidewalks. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a classic look. What are you doing? I can't
yeah,
have both
but
worlds. So.
but like not to get too political about it. They're getting exactly what they voted for.
Well, there you go.
They just are. I moved here, and like this, when I hear people complain about traffic in Denver, that's not traffic, dude. If you're rolling at 20 mile an hour, you're not in traffic. You have to be stuck, standing still, car and park.
Bikes going past you, insulting you.
People
how fast
walking
they're
past
going.
you. Take your shoes off. Just relax. That's traffic.
And not just walking past you, but in between the cars.
Yeah, and then looking at you in your windshield, like.
You can tell I've been to the States, especially
Yeah.
New York, because I know
Yeah.
I've been stuck in that kind of traffic.
Yeah.
Or LA traffic.
So like
no.
that's LA traffic is horrendous because they have 6 lanes not moving. That's terrible. But
5
it's
a.m. in the
just
morning,
it's
I'll never
part of
forget
who I am. Like I want to be left alone to do what the fuck I want to do. I don't tell you what to do. You don't tell me what to do. So it
Fair.
becomes one of those things. Like if I record myself like shooting my guns and I post it up. If you don't like that, don't look at it.
Yeah. It's like that's the thing is what I don't understand with some lads that kind of go out right, be it against whatever the shooting side of it, be it like just being a nurse,
Mhm.
right? Is the fact that you're taking the time out to write a comment, and all
Yeah.
the meanwhile, like, and I remember repeating this on Mixer and everything, is that the fact that you're engaging is
Yeah.
where I'm winning. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you think
Right.
that you want
Right.
me to win. And that's the weird thing about, like, maybe it's the way I make, ADHD or how I affect
I
the
also stole
process,
that
but
from you. Like, oh well,
Exactly,
you're commenting, so you're helping me in the algorithm. Thanks a lot, dickhead. I stole that from you.
But that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
Like, anytime there's engagement, they're like, oh, this looks very active. Let's start pushing this without fully understanding what the activity may be. Until, obviously, that's been a few years since the technology catch up. But I say
Yeah.
it is still the same. More interaction you get, the more eyes it feeds, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, like, some dude, like, had an argument in one of my videos, on a Battlefield video, of, like, this is how insignificant it was. I put C5 on a truck, and I drove it down,
It's
and I left
C4.
it off at a tank.
C4.
C5.
It's
C5
not.
in 2042 for Battlefield. Look it up. It is. It's C4.
It's
this
C4
world,
now.
in that world.
Okay.
Yeah, it's C4 now, but in 2042 we're gonna get a 5.
So
okay?
it's 1C better in Battlefield.
1C better, right? So I put an extra C's onto this car, chucked it down, blew the tank up, and that was fine, right? I've been doing it since Battlefield 4, probably Bad Company, maybe. I don't know how.
I think
old
Bad
am
Company was the
anymore.
last one I played that I really
It's a long
liked.
time ago, right?
Yeah.
Two guys got into an argument about, like, did she not know that, like, you were able to do this for years? And that's how it kicked off.
Yeah.
And I just chimed in going like, oh, I understood you could do it. I just wanted to show it off in a
So
video.
that
Thanks
I
for
did it.
commenting.
Right.
Yeah, that I did it. Like, I'm sitting there going like, so what else do you want me to do? But this dude just kept going, and then another guy chimed in, and then 26 comments later, it resolved itself. But my God, did I get views.
It had
Like,
to go through all the 26 comments.
had to go through all of this nonsense,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there going like, no idea what's happening here, lads. Like, am I not allowed to do what I just did, or like, is there some kind of problem? No, doesn't
Right.
matter. You commented 26 times, push that video up, and now I get more views and more interaction.
Yeah.
So it literally blows my mind
Yeah.
that, you know, people do that. But at the end of the day, that's how some posts are going a little bit viral, because that's all be fair. Like, I'm not perfect. I know that. Now and again, somebody will kick my emotional arse a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I want to interact, but then I have to pull myself back and be like, nah,
Yeah.
and I end up having to delete. And I see that most days, you know what I mean? But I always try to pull the reins as much back as I can,
Yeah.
unless it's some kind of graphic designer. But it's,
And then there's that
do you know
too.
what I mean? Like,
I don't miss that kind of shit. I don't.
yeah,
Like
I
I've
bet
been
you
without
don't.
Twitter for 4 years, going on 5 years.
Yeah,
I've been without
ages,
Twitter.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
and I was-
thinking ages ago, and you're like, okay, we're gonna have the Instagram, and then you got rid of like Discord, and like you completely
Yeah.
cleared the house
Yeah.
during your,
And
you
and
know,
I worked on, because you know COVID fucked a lot of people up. So
Yeah.
I worked on being this man that I am now. You know what I mean? Being married. Never thought that would happen, but here I am. Being head of
Well,
household. Got to
there you
mow
go.
the lawn. Got to shovel snow. You got, like, these are all things that you got to do. And then I had,
work
and
that
then
has to be
yeah.
unthankful work
oh yeah,
that has to be done.
and then I got into different hobbies too. Like I said, I got into guns, and I've always been interested in them in my, you know, throughout the course of my life. I grew up with fucking Terminator, you know what I mean, and
Yes.
Rambo. So
You know,
I've loved guns all my life, but then New York laws being what they were at the time,
you
that-
didn't even have nunchucks for a long time.
no.
Like now you can.
Brass knuckles, like all the cool shit, can't do it. Even though they still sell it in Chinatown. Little known fact. Little known fact. You go to Chinatown, you're gonna get some shit. You really are.
Maybe that bag that you couldn't get. We don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's like, well, then again, like, it's all these markets. Well, you can do that in any market, any part of the world
Oh,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
point. Be it there, be it
Yeah.
some other market.
So I
Yeah,
got into
that,
different
like-
things, and I wanted to pursue those things. So I
Yeah.
did. I started slowly breaking down this stuff because it was in the way of that stuff, like the stuff in the cabinet. You can't see,
Yeah.
but behind me there are ammo cans, just full of ammo. I got optics sat over here. I got what is that?
I love
2.5
the fact
pounds
that
of
you're like, there's ammo cans here, and then there's like a lovely little Mario in the background, like,
yeah. Right next to that Mario, right over here, there's a printer. You see the printer? There are 2 guns on top of it. One of those is my concealed carry firearm, my Glock 48, and another one is my competition pistol that I'm not done building. So I'm not going to start using that in competition until next year. I'm going to finish it I was going to say next month, but we're in December. I'm going to finish it this month, parts-wise, and then, because I know I can run it, but I like it to feel a certain way. I like the weight up in the front and different things, so I'll
balance.
yeah, completely configure it the way I want, the way I know I can shoot it efficiently and fastly. That's shooting fast.
That's a word.
Yeah, it is now.
Sure. Dictionary.
And then I'll run it in competitions starting next year. What I got in there.
But you're gonna document that all for us, aren't you?
Oh yeah. And also, what not really pushed me, but just like made it okay in here for me to start posting stuff like that was the algorithm. Weird shit, I know. I started following more pro 2A, that's the Second Amendment influencers.
Oh, okay. So your phone, like, if there was a For You page, like,
Yeah.
here, you happen to like this gun. Here's a bunch of lads of goods.
Yes, with
Kind of.
this
Okay,
gun.
so
You know what I mean?
I have
And
a similar thing. It's like, you like this Game Boy? Here's a bunch of
yeah,
retro consoles.
here's
I'm
a
like,
bunch of them in different
Yeah.
colors, and they're all spring loaded and all kinds of shit.
All
So
sorts of attachments.
yeah. So it like from coming from New York where all that stuff is really stifled to
Yeah.
Colorado where it's really not.
Oh, it's very normal and very okay. And
Yeah. My father-in-law and my brother-in-law, they've been hunting all their lives. My wife grew up with guns. Mammy doesn't shoot, but she's got guns in the house all over the fucking place. It's a very commonplace thing. And it's more commonplace outside of those kind of places, like outside of New York, outside of Chicago. Like Chicago has the most strict gun laws in the nation, but people get killed every day of the week. Every day of the week. Explain to me how that works. Outside of California, where they really they go out of their way. And here's this is just my opinion, but it's fucking true.
Yeah.
The people that run things over there, they go out of their way to stifle your rights, but then convince you that they're not. You know what I mean? Like saying, you don't need guns to protect yourself. We have NYPD. But that's like saying we don't need the fire department because I have a fire extinguisher in my kitchen. Okay, I know for a fact. Aurora PD is useless. All right, they absolutely are. If I called 911 from my phone right now, I would get a recording to press 1 for English and stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I know, it's an emergency line.
I find it's very preposterous and crazy right
now.
now.
Like even in New York, you dial 911, you're getting an NYPD operator. Not in Aurora, Colorado.
That is,
okay.
Wait, hold on. But if you called, this is a fun fact. If you are a lovely American visiting Ireland and you're lost looking for Blarney Sound or whatever it may be, right? If you dial, because obviously in Ireland
it's 999, isn't it?
Is it 999 or on your phone it's 112? But because we
I
have
watch
so
BBC
many
stuff.
lovely
I know.
lads,
I know.
Not
Not that
lads
BBC.
here.
Not you know.
You dial 911 in Ireland, it'll put you straight through to the emergency line. It won't connect you to America and then straight back.
Imagine. Imagine.
People have asked me this. It's like, does it redirect? No, no, it's just active. So you ever need help, you just dial 911 in Ireland. It all works the same. So I find that so mad. It's like
it is. It's nuts.
Hello and welcome to the emergency line. I know you're
welcome to
serious.
Aurora Police Department.
Hold on while we go through all of the menu of my person is bleeding out.
Couple funny stories on that actually. Remember when I first moved here? I don't know if you remember when Tonzi and Lindsay got swatted.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I do, yeah.
Okay, that happened
awful.
right. That happened right. It is. It's fucking horrible. If you
That's
don't know what
awful.
swatting is, Google it. I don't have time to explain it right now.
We're not gonna
that happened the
explain
same
here,
week I moved here. Right? A couple things happened the same week I moved here. So they got swatted. So she got all worried. I was kind of worried about it.
That's a fair worry.
Yeah. So what you can do to prevent this is you call up your local PD and you let them know.
We talked about
Yeah, this is years ago. I'm a content creator. This is what I do. If you haven't heard of swatting, and I had to explain it to Aurora PD what swatting was, and I sent
you
them.
and I did this when you were still living in New York.
Yeah.
I remember both of us having a serious conversation about this, and you're like, "I'm gonna go down to my local police office and let them know," and I'm like, "That's a smart idea," and I did the same. But anyway, continue on. Sorry. So Aurora. PD.
What was I saying?
Swatting.
Yeah, so you explain to PD what swatting is. If they don't know, they'll put your name on this list of something, because they have they have their own division for.
They probably have like a system where you can add a note saying
like for certain kind of
so
this person or this address or this phone number or whatever, and they'll look at that first.
Yeah.
Right. When I was calling to do this, I was doing it on stream. I was streaming the shit live. And they could hear a bunch of people in chat. They could hear the recording on the phone. Thank you for calling Aurora Police Department. Okay, so I had to leave. So I went off comms. I turned my mic all the way down, and I left a message with my name and phone number, and had to wait for a call back. So I got a call back while I was still on stream from then. At the time, he was in charge of this kind of thing. Officer Cody Lanier. I won't forget his name. And I explained to him, and he shot me an email. He's like, let's do this in an email chain because it's his official Aurora PD email and my at the time official email. And cool, it was all on file.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It is.
So what if something was happening in the house, Tink, and I called 911? You know what I mean?
Oh man, like I'm literally feeling sick for you. Like the only time I've ever had to call the police station is looking up in the phone book. what's the actual phone number for it, and ringing it the full 7, 8 digits or whatever it may be, not like 3. So it's kind of like.
I thought you meant when you had that guy on the ladder outside the window and you grabbed the keyblade.
Oh my
Different
God.
story. It's a whole different story.
It's a whole different story.
It's a whole different story.
Just remember, if you have any ladders, don't leave them in your front of your house.
Oh, yeah.
People might steal them. Bottom line.
No, people will steal them. See, except here, if
But
you're
like-
stealing on my property, I can shoot you.
Yeah, that's the difference.
America, let's put the fireworks up and shit over here. And then that same week, it doesn't really start getting cold in, I guess, on the east side of the mountains until like November, December.
Right.
So I moved here in September, 2019.
Okay.
End of that. So it was still hot. Like it was still like 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up until October. We didn't have a
Like straight on
Oh, yeah.
blizzard.
Yeah, snow like that. That's what happened to us when we went to the mountains for my birthday. There was no snow here. We got to the cabin. There was a little bit of snow. That's on the western side of the mountains, though. Blizzard came. We had to run back home to avoid that blizzard.
My God.
It added an extra 150 miles to the trip because we had to go the other way around. Anyway, that week, this was before we had a storm door on the front of the front door. And I'm from a bad neighborhood, right? I grew up with front door, storm door, and then there's a gate in front of the house.
Oh yeah, gate door. Yeah, so you
Right.
can lock when you pull it in. Right.
Right. We didn't have that here. This is like people shit talk Aurora, Colorado a lot. I live in a good neighborhood. Okay, I live in the suburbs. I live in a cul-de-sac with an HOA. Okay. Considering where I came from,
Very, like
Yeah.
very, very snooty for you.
for me, yeah. Like ask Hilda. She's been to my house she's been to my mom's house.
Yeah.
Every house on that block had bars on the windows and gates, fucking then locks everywhere. So to come here, this is okay. So I was never really this is all right. I was never really comfortable because in the back of my animal brain, there's nothing between us on this couch, the front door, and danger.
Oh wow.
Right? That's just how my brain works.
That must freak you out a bit.
Yeah. So like even like coming from where I came from and doing the things I used to do, I still have certain habits. Like I don't sit with my back to the door. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I'll look everybody I meet right in the eye, that kind of thing. So that didn't last long because I think like 3 or 4 days after, one of the kids across the street, and I remember them because when I was coming to visit her before I moved here, they were moving in that summer. So I remember them. And we didn't know this at the time, right? There was a quick knock at the door, and I heard footsteps running away. I'm like, all right, what the fuck is that? And this was before we had the Ring doorbell and everything.
Are they doing like knickknacks?
Check it out. That's what I thought it was.
Okay.
She didn't. So she opened the door. We have a light outside. She opened the door, and there's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of copy paper, written poorly.
Check your mailbox. We're watching you.
Oh my.
See, it's funny now because I know how the story's gonna go. She closed the door, locked the shit, and comes and hands me it. I was like, "Did you check the mailbox?" first thing popped out of my head. Did you check the mailbox? And like now,
that's the same question though, to be honest.
now we have cameras, we have floodlights and all that stuff because like I don't think I'm paranoid about it, but I prefer to be safe. It's just she and I in the
Why
house.
do I have this dramatic image, right? It's dark, it's coming into winter, these two little kids are like, you know what, we're gonna do a knick-knack on this person's door. They run up your house and then it's gonna be like boom, 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 spotlights everywhere and
Yeah.
these kids would shit themselves.
Oh yeah.
I think we should sit that up.
See, but now I have lights on my guns and I have a suppressor so nobody will hear anything. But so she's like, no, I'm scared because it was dark at the time we were having dinner. So I finished my dinner. I walked down to the mailbox. I open the mailbox. I take out another 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And right when I looked at it, I fucking laughed. She's at the door, and she hears me laughing. She's scared as shit. Hears me laughing. I go back to the house. Tink, it was a poorly drawn dick.
Oh my god.
Okay? All right? Poorly drawn dick. All right? So I walk back in the house, and it's probably one of the kids. She's scared as fuck. She called her dad, who lives 280 miles away, over the mountains, right? And at this point, I hadn't met her parents. I just got here. She called him and begged him for a gun. We ended up the next day
God, so good.
getting in the car. This was before we had cats. That's how you know it's a long time ago. Had 3 dogs, left them home because we were only going to be gone for a day. Drove about 280 miles to her parents' house. This is my first meeting.
Okay.
Okay, like Mammy knew who I was. We'd had conversations on the phone. They never met me. So we're driving there. This man hands me a hunting 12-gauge shotgun. When I say hunting,
God.
I mean the fucking thing is twice as long as my arm. Just smack the shit out of my mixer. Twice as long as my arm. Okay, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Blow those kids away.
I fucking would. But like I love my father-in-law, but he's kind of a FUD, and a FUD is what 2A enthusiasts call like you know Elmer Fudd from Looney Tunes.
Oh my God.
Refer to like the old timers. All you got to do is just rack that shotgun and they'll run. No, no, that's not how that works. Because if you're racking it, that means it's empty and you're putting one in the chamber. You're supposed to have one in the chamber in the first place.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not.
the kids
I'm not.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm not racking shit. You're getting shot. So, so we came back home with this extremely long 12-gauge shotgun, and I have a picture of it sat on this desk. The fucking thing is huge. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? So that's like,
Oh, because-
yeah, that was their idea of home protection. I'm like, no, I'm good. And
I
I've loved
just-
the 1911. I know you play games with 1911s in them all the time. I've loved the
Yes.
1911 pistol since I was 8 years old.
It is a tight gun, in fairness.
Oh,
like, I
it's
don't
so
have
good.
one in real life. I felt one
You should
in
totally
real
get one.
life.
Yeah.
I should totally get one in real life.
And it's chambered
Like,
in the
I-
Lord's Caliber, 45 ACP. Back-to-back World War champion, okay? I've loved the gun since I was 8 years old. Terminator 2, my favorite Arnold movie ever. And Hasta La Vista, baby, bang, that was a 1911. It was a custom 1911.
You're gonna love this.
As I
Remember
sip my
right now.
my tea.
As you sip your tea and think about what the hell is going to play out now.
Some
I can get
spring-loaded
it.
contraption. I don't know.
No. I'm gonna cover up the last name because obviously that's my Irish. Obviously, it's like everyone knows who's first.
Shut up. Is that Robert Patrick?
Bum 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 bum.
God damn it.
Bum,
Uh,
bum, bum,
All right,
bum.
no more of the song. We're gonna get DMCA'd. you can't hum the song anymore. We're gonna get DMCA'd.
I got to be at McCon, man.
Oh,
I got to be at McCon in Holland. To be fair, okay. I know everyone hates me. My father hates me. That's how much. Even Michael.
And he could meet him.
Ironside- Even Michael Ironside was there, and he told a epic Sharon Stone story. I have it recorded. I'll have to make a transcript
up.
of it. to go with
Shut
again,
up.
But I swear to God, he told an epic story about Sharon Stone, like kissing her during Total Recall, talking to his wife on how she should do it. Oh, it's so good. I'll add it.
about how
If
he
you
should
want
kiss
it,
Sharon
let me
Stone.
know.
I believe that.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very good story. So
Nice.
I have that and a couple of more stories, and he told everyone to shut the fuck up in the crowd. It was fantastic.
But imagine Sam Fisher telling you to shut your ass right up.
Yeah,
He pulls down
I
the
would.
fucking the nods.
I would. No word of a lie. Yeah, so we got to meet T1000.
Nice.
Literally came in. Victor was like, "Listen, I need to eat." I'm like, "Is that Robert Patrick over there?" And he was like, I was like,
Fuck your
"You
food.
is not eat-" I literally forget you're not eating. We're not having lunch. The only
We're going to meet the
thing we eat
Terminator.
was T1000. Going over to meet the Terminator,
Yeah.
man. He was tiny, so he only just came out. So I just walked over, but I made sure to have the arms out. You know, get the tattoos going. You
Yeah,
know,
you
we
have
need
to.
a little bit of flash, little eye candy. See if he notices.
Something.
Did he grabbed my arm and he started stroking. He goes, when are you gonna get a tattoo of me there? And I was like, oh my god.
Starts unbuttoning your pants. Like, hold on. hold on.
Hold on.
One moment, please.
I'm thinking of doing it. T1000 on my foot, you know, like I got it blessed
Do
by
it.
himself.
Do it.
Yeah.
So now,
And so the
oh
next
shit,
time-
see, I just gave myself an
next time
idea
we meet-
because I watch these back as I like input things. So now future me is going to put pictures I took with, before he passed away, may he rest in peace, Jason David Frank, the best Power Ranger
That's
ever, right?
Mhm.
I'll cut Jared out of it. It's fine. That man walked out with garbage bags full of money from Comic Cons because he was so good to the people.
He was always very good to people.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was like he was like
Yeah.
he was the equivalent of like what Leonard Nimoy used to do for Star Trek. Like
Yeah.
he did all the like
Yeah.
meet and greets. Any
Like I was at
anytime
that
he
Comic Con.
had
Was it Comic Con?
fans.
I was at that Comic Con. You remember Quanticus? I met him there in
Yes.
real life, and he was wearing his Mixer hoodie, and it has his name on it. I was like, look at this fucking loser. I'm wearing street clothes. I have a picture with Quan from the day I met him. So I think it was like $40 for the picture, right? And this man ran the shit like a business. I don't think he killed himself, Tink. I don't. But that's
Not either way.
yeah, no, but that's my opinion.
We don't know what's
He was
going
coming
on
out with the Legend of the White Dragon movie. I believe something happened to him, but like I don't believe Chris Benoit killed his family. Fight me, I don't care. Fight me in the comments. Chris Benoit is innocent. He didn't do it. So it was like $40.
Didn't his father give permission for his brain to get studied? And he had this.
The CTE. Yeah.
That was the thing. Yeah.
One of his finishing moves was a flying headbutt. So, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. In fairness,
For a lot of years.
Then again, like I think where I see it, going back over to wrestling because I do enjoy wrestling because of history, especially with Eddie Guerrero during that time when he passed away. That's when I seen like Benoit started to get really like a little bit
off the rails. Yeah.
Off the rails.
Did you cry when Eddie died? I did. I cried like a woman when Eddie Guerrero passed away.
Him and his brother were a great tag team as well.
Yeah, that's his nephew.
Nephew, is
yeah.
it? I thought it was his cousin.
Eddie's one of the younger brothers, and his oldest brother, I think Mondo, is Chavo's dad.
Yeah.
So Chavo's his nephew.
Yes. Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah. So you pay the $40, and the man ran it like a business. So his handlers would like bring you in one or two at a time, depending on who you were with. All right. So you'd walk in, shake hands. He'll tell you, all right, good to meet you. Fight pose, take the picture, shake hands again, and you walk right out and you get your picture. Like a conveyor system. I was like, all right, cool. So I see everybody doing that. So I walk in, shake his hand. I got on his right side. Jared got on his left. Fight pose, bang. Because I used to wear the rings and everything.
Oh yeah.
Fight pose, shake his hand again. I'm like, you smell great, and I walked out.
You smell great.
He did. He smelled fucking fantastic.
Like going up to his ear and be like,
yeah. No, I didn't get that close. No, I made sure everybody heard me. I shook his hand. I was like, you smell great. Fucked off. Got my picture.
I love everything you do.
I mean, you do the one thing and you do it well. I think that same Comic-Con, you've obviously heard of Run DMC.
Yes.
DMC himself has his own comic book. And we were walking downstairs in Artist Alley, and he used the Run DMC font to, I think it was like read DMC or something like that. So I saw that, and I gravitated toward it. He's standing right there, shaking hands and signing autographs and stuff. And little known fact, well, not little known for them, they're from Hollis, Queens. I'm from Jamaica, Queens. It's like a 5-minute walk, right?
Down the road.
Yeah. And we happen to be in New York. So, like, we're both, like, from the hood, you know what I mean? I was standing there with two guys that we know, and, like, he glanced over at me, and I don't know what overcame me. I was like, oh, Queens, baby. And he walked right up to me and shook my hand. He was like, oh, where in Queens you from? I said, Jamaica. He looks at me and says, oh, I'm from Hollis. I was like, yeah, I know. The fuck? I didn't say it like that. I was like, oh, no, I know. So in post, I'll
be chilly,
I know,
like...
I know. Like, fucking duh. In post, I'll put out the picture that we took together. I was wearing what I was wearing. He was wearing an AC/DC Back in Black shirt. So we just started talking. He was like, my mother still lives in the old neighborhood. I was like, I went to Susan B. Anthony. That was my middle school. LL Cool J went there too. He's like, oh, is the McDonald's still across the street? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Every time I'm over there, I stop at McDonald's. I visit my mom. She still lives in the neighborhood. And we're talking. We're just talking. And in the same picture that I'll post up in post-production, there's a dude with tight dreads in the background. I guess that was his handler. You know what I mean? Like, I think all celebrities need him, especially if you like to talk. He comes and taps DMC on the shoulder. He's like, yo, man, this guy didn't even pay. Look at this line. So I turn around. There's a line of people
waiting to talk to this guy
that have paid money. They have paid money. They have their, their comics and their album covers or whatever. And I just walked up to him, and we started shooting the shit. I was like, oh, damn. So I want to say it was Jared. I was like, hey, can I get a picture real fast? And these are things that you have to pay for. These are like premium services. You want to take a picture with the artist. I was like, can I get a picture real quick? He's like, yeah, man, absolutely. I gave Jared my phone. I was like, here, take a fucking picture. Hurry the fuck up.
No.
So he stood right next to me. We got the pose out. He upped the irons and everything. Took the picture, shook his hand. I was like, yo, great to meet you. And I fucked off.
You absolute champer.
I have 2 pictures, 2 Comic Cons in a row. I met Bob Camp, any Ren and Stimpy fans out there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
God, it's been a long time since I've seen Ren and Stimpy, actually.
Yeah.
I
So
had it on DVD. They're gone. Anyway.
yeah. What's a DVD? The first year, he was like,
Like a
signing stuff. I was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Because they had just opened. So I'm walking around. I was like, can I take a picture with you? Like, you're my childhood. You're my actual childhood. He was like, yeah, absolutely. He came around, little dude compared to me. So he's looking. I forgot who I was with, and they're taking the picture. And he starts smiling. I was like, be cool. Don't smile. Stone face. So he took the picture, and I got one of his stills from the original Stimpy. It's somewhere in this house.
That's cool.
The following year, I go back. I'm walking same artist alley. He shouts at me, "Hey, you want to take another picture?" I was like, "Fucking right, I do."
Okay.
Me? You know me?
Your
So I
inner,
do.
inner little beauty queen inside. You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't believe you picked me
Yeah.
over everyone in the
He
crowd
remembers
that
me.
you remembers.
He knows my shoe size.
Probably looked at you and be like, that man could probably tear me in half. Better take the photo. Never forget this
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with him, clearly.
Yeah.
Because
So
sometimes, like,
in post,
you'll
I'll
meet
put that.
people-
I'll put those up.
Make sure you put that in post. But sometimes,
Xavier
like,
Woods.
I'll meet
Any fans of the New Day that they're gonna break up? Their 10th anniversary is tomorrow night. New Day is gonna break up. Bet money. Xavier Woods.
And when though? When? If you're gonna bet money, they can break up any time by someone dying.
They're
When?
they're gonna break up before Raw goes to Netflix in January.
Okay.
That's my
Are you
prediction.
sure?
That's my prediction. So I met that man at the Mixer Studio. Avid gamer.
yeah,
It's not like
because-
people don't know that. He's got his
Yeah,
up, up,
that's
down,
right.
down channel. And we met again that year at PAX East. He gave me his phone number and told him to call because we were all going to like parties and stuff, like Facebook party and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. He's like, "Oh, give me a call." I'm like, "Okay." So I did. Like that night, he met us up somewhere, and then in my last convention was PAX South in 2020.
Oh, you went to 2021.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
that was my last
That
convention.
must have been. Wait, so that would have been January of
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, mid January, something
Or
like that.
2020. Sorry.
2020, yeah,
Before everything went like this.
yeah.
Like,
Like
the
a
world.
month after that, everything went down.
Yeah, because everyone's asking me to go, but I decided to go to Gran Canaria for like 2 weeks.
The islands.
Yeah, I went off to the islands. I went to North Africa and played on a lovely little resort.
I see your tan didn't take.
Anything.
I see your tan
Oh,
didn't
okay.
stick.
It went
So
in the holy.
so we're over there, and at the time, like they scheduled partners to do like interview slots at the main desk. So she was doing hers. Beefy was doing hers, and I'm stood right next to her. My feet come up off the ground.
Did he pick you up?
He did. Nixie, you remember Nixie? She found him
Yeah.
somewhere, and they were walking around together. And she told him like, "Oh, Rooster's over there at the booth." He says, "Let's go." This man picked me up off my feet.
Of course he can.
Yeah,
He's huge.
He is. He's an
He
absolute
made
unit.
me look like a baby.
He's an absolute unit. So yeah, all those pictures, I'll put them up in post.
Make sure you put them up all on post because I want to. Obviously, I want to see those actual. Yeah, but then again, there's some great memories as well from the studio. You can pop them up as well. You
Yeah.
still have them.
Yeah, I do.
Especially with you winning. Do you remember when you went to the studio and you never played any kind of Forza and you
Yeah.
went ahead
Yeah.
in this lovely competition? And
Yeah.
what happened, Rooster?
What's the word I'm looking for? Fucking dominated.
Yes, you did, and you got a trophy and everything like that. Like,
I did.
where's the trophy? Is it buried in everything
No,
else?
it's over here somewhere. So I have
It's
optics,
buried
targets.
in. No, it's not.
No, it's over there. I got a lead sled over here. It's over there. It's here specifically. Maybe.
Was that probably one of the best memories that you have from Mixer? Or what's the one thing that you kind of miss about streaming in general?
The interaction, for sure.
The chat,
Yeah.
backwards and forwards.
Yep. It wasn't even the game. Like whatever game I was playing, it wasn't even that. I had like I think my most fun month gaming while streaming was actually on Twitch. I think.
Right.
No, it might have been on Beam. All right.
Did you know Beam is kind of back?
I saw that. I don't.
It's all right. I'm already partnered. I got me hoodie.
Yeah, no.
You know, like-
See, yeah. You got your name and everything. You guys going?
Playing the game.
They're gonna take the dogs.
But it is mainly the interaction. It's the kind of day-to-day BS and
Yeah.
bullshit and banter.